All right, I got two remote starts from Accessorides here. Non-takeover on the left, takeover on the right. I'll quickly go through the difference. This one right here has one plug to the telematics on the passenger side, at least 2 or 3 plugs on the driver's side, one to the OBD, one to the BCM. Actually, this was the OBD, this one's to the BCM, and then this one is to the steering wheel, depending on your year model and if your steering wheel locks or not. That's what that is for. And then down here is the optional mobile phone module. This is a CarLink 6. I got this separately. So I actually had this with a Start X. And the Start X is like best bang for your buck. If you want to just remote start from your key fob, you could also add this on. I think it was like 100 or 2 for this one. You get a full year subscription for free. And it was a quick install. All you had to do was pretty much just plug this, just one harness in and piggyback off of it. Accessorides actually requires you to plug the passenger side as well as the driver's side. So it's a couple more steps, not that bad. But with the Start X, you could lock your car, you can start your car, you can stop the car, but you cannot unlock your car. And I thought it was just an issue with maybe my phone app or something, but Start X actually says that their module is not fully compatible with this to allow the unlock function. So that was kind of annoying. I reached out to Accessorides, asked them saying, hey, I already got this. I got a Start X, can't unlock my car from my phone. Does your module allow it? And they're like, yeah, absolutely. And I think it has to do with, this one is a DEI versus like the 410. So a little bit different. I don't know. But it allows me to now unlock my car from my phone. So this has been great. A couple months later, bam, this came out. This is the takeover one, where if you remote start your car, either by your key fob or by your phone, second you open the door, bam, car turns off. That could get pretty annoying when you're trying to cool down your car or warm up your car and you have like kids or something, right? Most of the time, you don't remote start 15 minutes, 10 minutes before you get out. You actually probably do it on your way out to the door. And that's probably not enough time to cool down your car. And then you got to load stuff in, open the car, bam, car turns off. Pretty annoying. So I'm happy that they came out with this takeover. I asked them, hey, can I just upgrade from this to this? Is it just like, a harness or a module or something? They said it was like completely different. Do notice that they look the same. They got the same model on here, DB3, but they did color code a sticker on it on the back a little bit differently. So I don't know if the internals firmware is a little bit different. Probably is. And then the harnesses are different too. So there's actually 3 on the passenger side. This one before only had 1 on the passenger side, but you also had to have the driver's side as well too. But there's only 3 on the passenger side. 1 goes to that telematics and 2 goes to the ECU. Okay. And I'll show you where all those slots are. And then I told them that, hey, I actually have this mobile phone module already. I want to just upgrade. Please make sure you include the necessary harnesses for this. Because I saw an install video. I saw a comment. Someone said, hey, it's really only these 3. And this harness that goes to the driver's side is optional only if you have a mobile app. So I was like, oh, shoot. I need to make sure that they hook me up with this. And they did hook me up with this. They sent me the harness that includes this. So that's great. And then they were nice enough to also send me a harness that connects directly to the CarLink 6 as well too. So big props to them for sending me what I need to get my stuff installed. Couple discrepancies though when reading their new instructions, and I'll just point it out so if you're confused. All right. This right here for this is that optional foam module I was talking about, where it talks about the 30-pin BCM. The color of the harness looks different, and that's not what it looks like. I'll show you what it actually looks like. And then the other thing was, if you have a steering column lock, you got to cut one of the wires. Actually, my harness only had one wire, which was this black and white, so I cut it anyhow. So hopefully that works. I didn't see a yellow and black one. I only saw a white and black one, so I did cut it. And other than that, the instructions are pretty straightforward. So let me show you where all the installation slots are. This is that telematics one. So this is where Start X goes, Accessorides, both takeover and non-takeover. That's where you plug in, and then your ECU is going to be right there. So you want there's two. So make sure you follow instructions on which one. They tell you to take one off at a time. And then if you have the phone app on the takeover or just a regular non-takeover, you got to also go over to the driver's side. And so the BCM is right here. You see this, where all the buttons are? Pull this down. It's that second one. First one's always empty. That's the second one. You pull that out and then you piggyback it. Then your OBD port, OBD2 port, it's just going to be right here. Okay. And I'm going to tell you a bonus. If you actually follow this OBD wire, it's just plugged into itself. You'll be like, why is it plugged into itself? It's because I put a dummy OBD2 port there. So if someone breaks my window, tries to jack my car, plugs it into here, it's not going to work. The actual OBD harness is here, and I'm just going to hide it somewhere. Okay. So that's something else that you could do to protect your car from getting jacked when someone's trying to take over your car through the OBD2 port, is you can put a dummy one there. You either buy a dummy one. Those are like 30 bucks or something, 30, 50 bucks. Or you could just pay like $5 and buy a OBD2 adapter or a splitter. So I just put one of the ends here, and then I just plug the other two to itself. And then I just hide this actual OBD2 one. The actual OBD2 port. Yeah. All right. So that's the good stuff there. Again, props to Accessorides. We're going to install this. If you see another video complaining, then you know that there's an issue installing. If you don't see a video about Accessorides or remote start, then you know, pretty satisfied.